evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. Thank you so much for coming tonight. Welcome to our second annual Swing into Spring Jazz Concert in the second annual Bow High School Jazz Festival. My name is Michelle Jakes. I'm the music director here at Bow High School, and I'm very pleased to welcome you here. It's really great to see all of you this evening. We're very excited about the great night of music that we have prepared for you. We've had a really good afternoon working with the Capitol Center Jazz Orchestra and Syncopation. Syncopation actually came in this morning and did a clinic with the band and chorus students here at school, so we've had a chance to get to know them a little bit and listen to them, and they're just incredible, and you're in for a really great evening of music, and so we do appreciate you being here. Just a couple of quick sort of announcements. Just if you can turn off any cell phones that you have so we don't have any disruptions, just as a little reminder, that would be great, and we appreciate that. You'll see our program book is filled with a lot of ads. We've had a very successful advertisement campaign for this concert that's been really great. So we want to thank all of those businesses that contributed ads and made donations for us this evening. So if you want to take a look through there, and if there's businesses that you're familiar with or ones that you might want to visit, we encourage you to do that and say thank you to them as well for supporting this great evening. I also want to thank Sandra Sibic, who's one of the parents here at school, one of our music parents. She actually did the vast majority of the work of gathering all of these ads and going to businesses and asking for that, and we really appreciate that. So if we can give Sandra a round of applause. We want to particularly thank our silver and gold sponsors who we really appreciate their support for this evening and helping to make this possible. The proceeds from tonight's concert are actually going directly to the Bow High School Band and Color Guard. We've been selected to represent the state of New Hampshire in the National Memorial Day Parade in Washington, D.C. Thank you. We're the only band from New Hampshire. We will be representing all of you and our state and our community and our school, and we're really looking forward to that. We'll be heading down on the Saturday of Memorial Day weekend and be there through Tuesday and have an opportunity to march in the parade, and it's going to be nationally televised, I think on Fox is what they said, so I'll keep you posted if you want to contact the school and find out about that, but you will have the opportunity to see that on television as well, so you can wave to us as we march past on your screen. But we're really looking forward to that. It's been really kind of the big culminating thing for our year and a real big focus of our year in the music department. And this concert is a big piece of it, and we are really thankful that we've had the opportunity to raise some significant funds for the concert for the parade due to this concert and due to all of you. And thanks to all of you for supporting us and for purchasing tickets and helping to send all of the band and color guard students to DC. So thank you all very much. If you want to, during intermission, we will be having a brief intermission. There's water for sale out there. You saw there's also Syncopation is selling some of their CDs. There's also a little basket with some donations if you would like to make a donation to the relief effort in Japan. We also are doing that out in the lobby. And the Bow High School Jazz Band will be performing out in the lobby as well, doing a couple of tunes and intermissions. So please join us out there and support the high school students. You've seen a lot of them out there. They've been great helping out all afternoon and evening and kind of running around today. And so it's just been a really good effort overall. So I will finish talking now. I appreciate your patience. But again, thank you all so much for being here. We really appreciate your support, and we hope you have a wonderful evening. So our first group that's up is CJ Poole and the Sophisticated Approach. CJ is a Bow High School graduate, an excellent musician, and he's gathered together some equally talented friends of his to come and perform for you. So without further ado, we will start our Swing into Spring concert with CJ Poole and the Sophisticated Approach. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. It's great to be back here again for a second year of Swing into Spring. Thank you. You know, earlier this year, Bow High School came to me and asked, CJ, last year was really spectacular, and it was great to have that, and would you like to do it again? Well, with all the work involved in college, I was a little hesitant at first, but, I thought about it, and, I thought it'd be really great to have something like that happen again for a second year. And, I gotta say, so far, it's gonna be real good. It's great to be back. So, with that, we'd like to segue into our next tune, entitled Lullaby of Birdland. Thank you. Thank you. Well, I'd like to take a moment to introduce the band. We recently got together when I transferred this semester to UNH. A great group of guys and great players. On piano, Mr. Jared Rocco. On guitar, Ethan Brown. On drums, Mr. Nico Gallo. And on trumpet and flugelhorn, Miss Melissa Munafo. So, to close our portion of the concert, we'd like to segue into a popular tune. For those of you who are Lady Gaga fans, this is Duke Ellington's Cottontail. Thank you very much. Thank you. We hope you enjoy the rest of the show. It's my great pleasure to introduce you now, the Capitol Center Jazz Orchestra.
All right, so did you enjoy the first part? Great, yes? We're very fortunate to have such a great alumni and for him to bring such amazing musicians back with him. So, as you will soon see, the apple does not fall very far from the tree in the Poole family, and we're very fortunate to have these amazing musicians up here with us who have joined us this evening, the Capitol Center Jazz Orchestra. We're really pleased to be able to host them this evening and to be able to, for them to be able to share with you their incredible musicianship and their great energy. It's been really fun to have them here all afternoon and hearing them play as students are out and about in the lobby and everything. So we're very excited for this second part of the performance, and it is my absolute pleasure to introduce Skip Poole, the director of the Capitol Center Jazz Orchestra and one of our very best music supporters and supporters of music education in general. So Skip Poole, ladies and gentlemen, from the Capitol Center Jazz Orchestra.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. And now we play a little St. Basie for you. This is You Gotta Try. Jerry Famola and Greg Mosterboy on tenor sax. Keep clapping for Jimmy Latini back there on drums. Well, it's certainly our pleasure to be back here again this year. I can't believe a whole year has gone by. It's been a wonderful year, and actually a year ago was the very first time this group ever played, was right here in this auditorium. And we're very excited to be back here. And I'm very excited to be back here. I mean, for the past week or so, I was in Florida. It's 85-degree weather, sunny. But I'm really glad to be right here, right now. And I have to tell you that a few months ago, and I want to thank some of you because I know that you attended this, we did a tribute to Benny Goodman. For those of you that attended that concert, with the great Ken Poplowski on clarinet, and it was just a joy for all of us to do that. And because of working with the Goodman Archives at Yale University, we were able to get a hold of a lot of the music that was written originally for the Benny Goodman Orchestra. And this next piece is an example of that, trying to find something that would really fit into tonight's program. And this certainly does do that by calling itself, the piece is entitled Swing into Spring, which is, of course, the name of tonight's concert. So we thought it very apropos. And we're going to feature our flugelhorn soloist, Pat Stout, on this wonderful, wonderful Ralph Burns arrangement from the early 50s for the Benny Goodman and his orchestra. This is Swing into Spring from about 1954. So we hope that you enjoy listening to this rendition. Jim Budka on piano. Pat Stout on flugelhorn and trumpet. Jim Budka again on piano. Wow. So this is a very eclectic program tonight we're going to be performing for you. You just heard, of course, the great Benny Goodman classic arrangement. We open with some Basie. And next we're going to play a Buddy Rich piece. And everything on the program tonight from Buddy Rich to Vaughn Monroe. For those of you that might remember Vaughn Monroe. It's going to be, as I mentioned, a very eclectic program. We hope that you enjoy it. And we have a few folks here that played with Buddy's band, and we're going to feature one of them on this next piece. This is a great Billy Strayhorn classic called Chelsea Bridge. Mark Pinto on alto sax. Mark Pinto. Well, as I mentioned, it's a very eclectic program. So with this very intimate setting, which is wonderful, I have to tell you, it's always nice to play with a group like this and such an appreciative audience, and we do appreciate you being here this evening. This is a piece that goes way back to the 1970s, written for the great Count Basie Orchestra by one of the best in the business, an arranger by the name of Bill Holman, who wrote for many bands, Basie, Stan Kenton, and many others. And we hope that you'll like it. One only wonders where the title might have come from, but it's entitled Told You So. And actually was the title of the album. This tune that we're playing for you was included in the, back in the days, of course I'm dating myself, how many people remember a vinyl album? Right? Well, when they released this vinyl album, the name of the album was Told You So, which this was the featured piece from that album. I get really strange looks when I ask questions like that from young people. You know, young people, I say young people, we all are young people to a certain degree. But when I ask, like, do you remember Johnny Carson? I have no idea. Who's Johnny Carson? You know, do you remember vinyl, as I mentioned? No, I don't know anything like that. Vinyl. It's some sort of polyester thing, I guess, that my dad had. You know, but anyway, this is Told You So from the LP Told You So from the late 70s from the great Count Basie Orchestra. Yeah. Charlie Jennison on flute. Jeff Galindo on trombone. So I feel very fortunate working with these guys. I have to tell you, they all show up from different parts of New England. They drive all the way up, regardless of distance, weather, doesn't matter. And we all get together, usually the day of the performance, in this case this afternoon. Music's put out on the stands, and they basically put the entire show together in 3 hours of what you're going to hear tonight. So, yeah, let me tell you. These guys and ladies hate rehearsing. Only one person hates it more than them, that's me, let me tell you. And they're just such marvelous musicians. We're so fortunate to have them here. So we're going to do something that'll feature some of the sections, and we're very fortunate to have a powerhouse trumpet section back there. So we're going to feature them. And this next, we have some trumpet players in the audience? Yes, okay. Well, this is a piece called The Great Debate. And the debate is something about who plays more distinctly with more fine jazz back there. So we're going to hear what's coming out of those horns. This is The Great Debate, pitting the trumpet section against each other and against the orchestra. Hope that you enjoy it. It's easy. So we have some of the musicians bring their family. And we have... Ross Hill and Pat Stout back there on trumpet. And Jim Butka on piano again, right there. Jeffrey Hoyt, Jay Daly, Pat Stout, Ross Hill back there on trumpets. We are very fortunate to have as our home the Capitol Center for the Arts. A wonderful, wonderful, wonderful organization presenting many, many varied programs, and we thank all of you for being patrons of that organization. We've decided to house us there, and as part of that, we're doing a concert series each year entitled Moment in Time. Now, we did our first one this past January with a tribute to Benny Goodman, reaching back to 1937 and that period. And we have another one coming up in May. It's actually going to be Friday, May 20th, and we're going to be paying special tribute to the 100th birthday of Stan Kenton. Now, Stan Kenton was an innovator of all sorts. He actually went out on the road with a band of about 47 musicians on 2 different buses with a full string section. And they were on tour. And he was always searching for different kinds of music, different sounds. He really wasn't totally tied up with the aspect of swing. That was secondary to him. The most important thing was his sound. So a lot of folks refer to Stan as sort of the Wagnerian style of jazz. Very interested in this wall of sound as much as he could, different tonal colors and so forth. And in 1941, he just starting out his orchestra. And some of his music, for those of you that aren't familiar with Stan's music, it's a very large orchestra. When we do our tribute on May 20th, there will be, other than the 5 saxophones, which will encompass a baritone sax and a bass saxophone. You ought to go to the show just to see the bass saxophone, let me tell you. I think it's huge. Then we have 4 trombones, 5th trombone and tuba, 4 French horns, 5 trumpets, and then rhythm section. And so what happened was, as the band was playing, of course, they had some pretty difficult brass stuff to perform. And he decided to write a composition to give them a break and feature his reed section. And he did this, he wrote this piece in 1941. It went on to become one of his classics. And we thought, as sort of a precursor to the Kenton show that we're going to do for you on May 20th at the Capitol Center for the Arts, we're going to feature this one piece as sort of a sampling of that. And this was Stan's composition entitled Opus in Pastels. And it's going to feature our saxophone section. our saxophone section, right there. Now, of course, we're all wearing green for a reason. It is St. Patrick's Day, so we had to, do a St. Patrick's piece, or sort of a traditional piece. Do we have any Irish in here with the audience tonight? Oh, come on. I've gone to a lot of St. Patty's Day parties. I've never heard it quiet. Oh, it's okay. Come on, huh? Right? All right. Well, we want to play a traditional Irish piece. We couldn't think of anything more fitting than a piece that goes by several names. It goes by Londonderry Air. It goes by Irish Tune from County Derry. It goes by probably the most famous title, Oh, Danny Boy. So all of a sudden, we have a lot of Irish here in the front row. You all know the Danny Boy. So we want you to sit back, relax, and conjure up some wonderful memories of St. Patty's Days past and family and all of that goes with it. And we're going to perform for you now, of course, Londonderry Air, or Oh, Danny Boy. Mr. Rick Stepton on trombone, right there. Yeah, Rick Stepton on trombone. And we're going to take a short intermission, and we got an incredible second half for you. So hope you stick around and hear the wonderful, wonderful group Syncopation. You're going to be so delighted. They're a marvelous, marvelous group. We feel very fortunate to have them here with us this evening. Before we do that, as I mentioned, we're going to take a short break. And again, sort of a precursor to our Kenton show, we thought the very apropos intermission riff would work. So we're going to insert that here. I would tell you that if you get a moment, go out into the lobby. You're going to hear the high school jazz band performing for you. And I think there's some other things out there to partake in, I'm guessing, but check it out. And we want to thank you all so much for coming this evening. It's been a real joy having you here. We hope that you've enjoyed the show so far. A lot more coming your way. And a little bit of Stan Kenton now, and intermission riff. A lot of Kenton fans in the audience. Yeah. Well, I thought this also a good time to introduce some of the orchestra to you. Our saxophone section on the big Barry sax over there, Mr. Mike Alberici. From Chicago on tenor, Mr. Greg Mostovoy. All of these guys have such an illustrious background, but can't help mention Mark's. Mark's with Buddy Rich, the Artie Shaw Band, and of course, the Gordon Goodwin Big Fat Band, Mr. Mark Pinto right there. Mr. Charlie Jennison on alto, flute, and various horns. From Boston, Mr. Jerry Vermola. On the big basso profundo bass trombone, Mr. James Monaghan back there. Okay. On third trombone, Miss Anna Johnson right there, please. And again, from the, bands of, let's see, Ray Charles and Chick Corea and toured with Phil Wilson, Mr. Jeff Galindo right here. From the bands of Woody Herman, Maynard Ferguson, Buddy Rich, and many others, please welcome the sort of the timekeeper of the orchestra right here, Mr. Rick Stepton right there. From Artie Shaw Orchestra and Jimmy Dorsey Band, Mr. Jeffrey Hoyt back there. And this next guy has played with so many people, I don't know where to begin, but, you know, guys like Gary Burton, Frank Sinatra, Tony Bennett, you know, Mr. Pat Stout right there. And again, all the way from Canada, the incredibly talented Mr. Ross Hill right here on trumpet. And blowing lead over the orchestra, again, a lot, too long to list the names, but from Harry James, you name it, Mr. Jay Daly back there, lead trumpet. And our rhythm section on the big doghouse, Mr. John Hunter over here. And from the bands of Artie Shaw and several others, please welcome on the skins, Mr. James Latini on drums. Yes. And tickling the ivories, Mr. James Butka on piano. And please, let's hear it for Paul Bourgeois on guitar. And now on we go to intermission riff.